All working fine. Seems to be. Sorry if there's any AC noise in the background. It's genuinely just getting too warm in the UK now, so it kind of needs to be on. Should have turned it on before we started. You're an APAC loyalist? What are you doing over here then? This is TEC versus All Gamers. Opposite sort of standings so far. All Gamers genuinely been really impressive this year. I've been a big fan of watching them. And they chose to play Sunset. They're on defense first, and they're running a kind of normal comp. The Gecko breach that a lot of teams have been running. And then TEC are actually kind of cooking. I do like this. Like new Neon, this is on 8.11. You got Breach there to support. I'd kind of like this to be a Sova, but Fade is also pretty good on this map in the right hands. So anyway, post plant, people are pushing out, people are fighting. Neon Frenzy again is finding a lot of impact on this map specifically. All Gamers happy with the defuse. TEC just, you know, winning out. Comfortable post plant.
是的，人太多了。TEC 体坛他们在进点过后，把整个包点放给 A 级回防，所有人都龟缩到了整个 BY， 然后就等你低包，用自己多火力的一个枪线覆盖。因为就像云头所说
，Fraud coach after is going to be exposed today. I mean, it would be a hell of a loss to lose to Wolves. There's an argument that Wolves are probably the worst team in the league currently. Or one of the worst for Tyloo. Genuinely, part of me thinks that like if Tyloo didn't make any roster changes, they'd be quite good for this stage. I think I'd say the same for both though. I'd say that for Wolves too. Like part of it is just like you were making the right steps, you were just outpaced by teams that had a bit more time. But you making roster moves this late into the stage, I suppose, this late into the year. Sort of resets the progress that you're making. Did they beat DRG last split? Wolves? Tyloo beat DRG, yeah. But I think that was more DRG looking kind of bad in that series. But yeah, like Tyloo ended on the right foot, right?
从 BY 拉出来发现没人，对，那这个时候要进行反绕了。体坛有没有把握住 A 点放空的信息？估计要 A 区提速，现在先把管道正面清理下来。
两边全程进步，这里给了一个鬼眼，鬼眼是给到。
Trying to get this to like be quiet about the map.
A 小带中路都没有看到人。A 点直接可以领。
I think it's just because it's like first thing in the morning that it's been on. It's just
已经是形成了后点，已经贴到近点了。这个半线
absolutely going crazy. Am I the only one here with a static while you speak? It's the AC behind me. I might need to turn it off for, but I need to have it on for like a little.
优爪非常痛，因为他能爪对面75血。
是的，正面卡哇伊想来帮忙补枪，吃到了张梦地线，还好旁边阿伯，阿伯要用手里面的鬼魅硬顶，已经连接3人。
哎，现在只差一个点数，自己就。
It's not that annoying to be honest, but yeah, it's just the AC unit that's literally right behind me. Considering like it's right behind me, like, I can't really move it much further.
能不能帮我拉下枪线？哇，这 AC 小贾帮拉跳，一个右键。
Yeah, this flat gets astronomically warm in the morning because the sun sort of rises from like over there, and there's like a couple of buildings around, but it's just an open. The sun just comes up there, hits all of the balcony, which is all concrete, so it just sort of causes that to be an oven. And then this is just windows.
对，因为他自己也倒地了。
点数还是拿到了。这一分的话
They should make Abby permaduelist this meta. You'd probably assume so. Because his raise was good. Like you just avoid maps that you'd play Jet on, which is what like Icebox, but you could definitely play Raze anyway.
先震一下，这个是震半线的，这前面有一根，这根半线能不能听到？
暗手能破。
And I can mess with this a bit more for Abo.
做完必须的动静又想转
Or Abo, isn't it? Abo.
既然你 B 点动静多的话 ，A 点的话就直接顶到。
It's like you say like
能量球吃掉。
Whoa, like right, like Abo.
碰一下，因为这张地图的一个能量资源还是比较重要的啊。因为这张地图整体来说，对于雷兹，
I didn't like him being Abo.
是的
9个点数拿到终极技能的英雄。
嗯，需要你快速控球，去确保自己终极技能冲动。
Like you said, a bot.
闪梦地线来找人，但是有个眩晕光波，给
Abo.
了一个闪电弹球，
Abo, like that.
把补枪补到了，旁边有2个人。
Yeah, he's IGLing.
鬼眼拉过来，老肯打了一个，第2个 AC 补上，但是旁边还有人，这边想要去补枪的 Monk 是直接被推了一个暗，也没有补上。
并且他吃到了叶灵，完全制龙的情况之下，
Abba
衰减，要强抓包点的吗？
like that.
有些知道在这儿，阿布直接穿掉了孟克。
I mean, we need to learn the phonetic alphabet, I think.
旁边没队友能帮。
Because putting BOU, I mean, that really nice bonus. BOUGH, like,
顺利拿下对方的长江。
you got Scarborough,
没经济了。
Edinburgh, so it's Abba.
这分确实如之前子恒所说啊，在短的交火距离以及这种短兵相接里面，他们打得非常的快。
对。
虽然 RB 被补掉，但马上就是。
Was this defense setup from all gamers? Wasn't really paying that much attention to it.
第一时间发现对方有人的情况之下，滑铲来近点。虽然
So it's
知
just
道对面所有人的一个反制的轩辕
Abba,
但
so
是
it's just Abba.
队友的协同技能来得很快，马上把管道清理了下来。
然后纠正一个错误，刚才被咬到的一个
A bow, okay.
暗兽，他吃到了暗兽之后呢，自己是处于一个致盲的状态。
That's better. That makes more sense.
所以缩到了一个点内，没有补上枪。
闪电爆破给
So Abbo. So basically, what I was saying before I spent the last 3 minutes trying to pronounce it properly.
抓到对方守近点的人员，才能够确保后续近点的
Abwo.
顺位。
Abwo.
所以
Like you're saying a bro with a lisp. You're Abwo.
有什么短炮之类的。
先卡40秒的默认。我觉得体男现在需要卡40秒或者50秒的默认，防止对面 AG 做前压。可以看一下卡哇伊，他其实整体的站位比较偏后，他就害怕红砖房和 AY 进行。
Abwo.
而这个时候必须先做动静，有可能是一个 fake 战术，想要跟你。
Problem is, I say it 5 times and everybody goes, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, which of the 5?
这分还是要来打 B。
Is it like Abwo?
等黑杖消失。
Is it the bro one?
这边是有3重组合技的，这里是有阵，不能
哦
随时黑。如果你要
不
的话，第一时间是阵，后面是黑，然后马上就是一系列的技能。
对，包点还有根半线。
对，我也反阵，然后再给一个优爪。如果这里 RB 滑起
Less
来，
H at the end. Abwo.
也是打掉了卡瓦伊。
Abwo.
现在再滑过来，不过踩到直接滑到。
Utility's good. Shots are even better.
正好爆炸，原点红出现了卷地罗 Gam， 要抓住这个1打2的时机。
1打2的时机，现在他知道点后应该有。
I'm gonna have to like listen out for it a bit more. Thrash is gonna be used. Genuinely good Thrash, but I think Spitfire's needed to peek off that a bit early, but it's fine.
是手枪局胜率第1的 AG， 他们其实
Sliggy always butchers the names. Yeah, but like it's not on Sliggy to be the
没问题。
expert of the region, right? If you want to call it that.
其实有一点点，就告诉大家，就是如果你滑到这个海堡上面，你只要踩到浅绿色上面是一定会死，它上面伤害是150。
主要是他这个正好是因为你嗨宝其实第2段的伤害要比第1段高太多了。
第一段是1滴1滴1滴，然后第二
I
段
lose an Nika always in China.
深绿色。
It's either after the pistol or after losing the bonus. It's like no in between.
被一后去翻盘，体坛有点难受。但同样的，他们手里没有经济，还是要空币中了 RB， 来得很快。
Oh, the aftershock to break the trip to allow the neon to go straight through. That's nice. That's good for tech.
市场同步没有进 ，DLB 连续
Shots are just a little bit better though from all gamers. Right people in the right place.
没有爆能器。
I mean, if anything, you just had 2 people over on this site.
迎接的是一个4人回防啊，现在变3人了。
卡威也知道对面市场还有人，但眩晕光波加上闪电爆破，这个点位卡威很难规避。然后赛博囚龙球自保，但全是技能啊，根本走不了。
3重闪，然后现在找卡哇伊打的蹦塔，再来一个吗？没有。
All right, nice. Also,
其实这个残局非常难操作，因为首先是闪点爆破，然后他要被
who did they have before? Oh no, it was Chu, wasn't it? They got rid of Chu and then brought in AC.
对
I thought for a second they dropped Kawaii, but they were swapping the roles between AC and Kawaii. That was it.
球龙去规避一下对方的直架，但没办法，他退不回去了
I。mean, good effort from Kawaii there.
打法 RB 一个人来到了市场，他冲的是很快，但是旁边没有其他技能的辅助技能，其他队友的一个辅助技能。如果说你 Locam 给个山崩地线，我觉得都能够。
AC's always on smokes. There were maps where they swapped.
气枪还算是比较拮据的。
Like for sure, I remember there was maps where I think it might have been split or something.
幻影 ，RB 的话就拿了一把能够近身搏斗的武器。
哎，明局来了，小火龙，明局必要做前地拿手杀，
但是他
Might have been actually one of the Viper maps.
翻腾翻一下自己，这其实是一个保。
Quite used to be on Omen.
现在大家也都知道，就是翻回去速度比较慢，有可能会被空摘。
所以他现在需要通过这个晚烟火确保对方是不敢来抓他的。
对，
So you got RB playing over towards B main.
市场，明局又回到了市场，选择直架。曼克发现中这点是有人的，给个闪电爆破，配合队友的眩晕光波，要清理一下近点。哇，卡外这个位置又很难退啊！曼克在中路完成了双杀 ，AC 上来帮忙补枪。
也没补上，阿博也开始也没有补上，还有一个小正位。这里马上就是一个打斩，但是开提前枪的时候，这边 Locam 是跑了出来。
小火龙明局炸死了，知道你在红砖，帮他来了。
Really nice run from all gamers.
一个绕后抓到了 Locam 的侧身。
Right, I'm cooled down now.
对于整个 AG 来说，逐渐掌握到了防守节奏，并且他们也知道 体坛就像我们
Just remind me, and I can put it on like in the breaks.
快攻的队伍，他确实
That might be a good shout.
速度提起来，但是 AG 早有防备，用技能和这种枪械上的一个优势，成功给你过点来之战，把你第一波的进攻节奏降下来。那后续你再转点的时候，他们已经有排兵布阵了。
而且体坛我们也都看到了，就是他确实打得很快，但是他的快是要站在起跑线上。
对，
So winning the bonus, you would guess the tech would snowball. You're right.
再给你线上绊一下，给你来个半线之类的。刚才这几分也都是通过半线，然后明居把体坛给顶了回去。
是的，就是
Been every time we've seen Tech try to do something towards B main, it's not really worked.
一个上面，但是他们永远在第二阶
But
段
they get 50 on the B execute round 4. Round 5, they go for the B split with the Neon gun through
对，还没有来到准备阶段。
market.
因为现在
That doesn't work.
AG 整体的一
That
个
was effectively like a 2 versus 5 on site,
常规体系，它更
and
多的是为了去阻挡
all gamers ended up winning it.
特别是像你现在有
And then last round, you just lose RB super early, and then you can't.
也说过了，他之前
There was no call that was made. They were just hanging around in mid.
玩的是一个铁壁，
铁壁只有巨神余波能够去震掉万星。
对，而且现在也
So I don't like doing much on mid on this map because I just think that you get stuck here and there's not really too much that you can actively work on.
感觉暂停结束过后，现在体坛他们需要去商量，看能不能顺利的去打一些 fake 战术了。你感觉一股脑冲点的话 ，AG 现在回防很快。
All gamers have actually read this really well. They have 4 players over here.
都是第一。
Oh my god, why would...
看到一个人
Oh, Bun...
这是一个
Did he TP there to avoid a stun?
过来的
快不破，反而自己的视野也没反应过来。
而小火龙狙测到狙掉 AC 之后，正面还有人，踩雷飞影丢过去，不让你小刀补枪，小刀
I mean, it was brave, but it kind of worked.
被打掉，这分刚好是赌对了。
进不去了。这一分体坛他们
Clearing information here, Neural Theft is going to be used to show pretty much all of the defenders over towards
没有想
B.
到对面更
So these guys are going to get here first, but you still have the Cypher alive.
光波加
Camera here, which is nice for any like top mid pressure.
这传前点正好
But it means that market is kind of open. It's full clomping that you can hear here.
把所有的一切都抛之脑后。
下一个爆能器，这个爆能器市场也能看，这是下给阿伯看的爆能器。
已部署。
Dobby's just watching across.
现在这个反清，我们看一下小火龙还是非常担心对面有留在 A
Still
区的
got the
人。
raise over here. Those. I understand why,
两个中路，一个 B 通，因为这也是一个
especially when you have the op.
对，因为 Locam 手里面有山崩地险可以拖时间，他需要市场这两名队友打到侧身，去抓侧身的机会，所以压力给到 Locam
I
身
do
上。
like actually re-putting the trip back here to stop this like late lurk. That's really nice. I mean, the decision making from all gamers is great. Up until nothing was really done about that.
抓住了对方左外带和 Monk。
Good shots from Tech.
掉边现在只剩一把明狙了，索尔代的明狙，你又该怎么办呢？左边右边都有人，而且没有时间拆除了，这狙也得掉。
Good adjustment from Tech.
主要是明居一直在加臂长，但是这一分的3打
I mean, it just sort of felt like they put this trip down and then it was the right idea, but there was no reaction once it actually got broken.
一个人主
I don't think they were expected it to be broken that quickly.
但是像明居在看 BY 的前提下，没有人去帮市场补枪。
而且通常这个爆能器都是下的 B 通爆能器，但这个爆能器因为市场能看，应该是阿波有指挥，或者 Locam 有说这个爆能器下给你看的，你别过来。点掉。
What do I
三杀
want
到
to
手，
do?
现在两边的指挥击杀都非常的多啊。阿波虽然说今天想要拼脑力，但是看起来枪法更胜一筹。
是的，而且也确实 AG 他们站位太分散了，让 TEC 体坛掌握到了对方的一个回防情况。这一分的体坛又是要选择先跟你来做 B 区的动静，默认打法，黑杖给了出来，封锁一下明区的视野，要强进吗？
慢摸，下面有半线，贴地线先被打掉一根，右边还一根贴地线。鬼眼被打掉，山崩地线滑过来，他想找人，想找这个小火龙，小火龙端着狙，直接被 RB 打掉，他们队友帮不了的。
Clean execute.
还是来了一个背身。
Like Team Heretics set up with a camera.
回防怎么处理？
看到了，现在看了一下，这是自己人，索尔奈回防，
抓头别。
I mean, it's the most like 100 Thieves-esque like default. Just go in B quickly. Information for mid, information with a trip on A.
跑了出来，虽然说他 AC，但现在人数劣势。
Oh wow. B, that's really nice. Jesus
直
Christ.
接打4个。他的击杀都非常的，就怎么说呢，没有那么复杂，就没有说什么压枪啊什么之类的。第一个，哎，队友有技能限制，他先打掉一个背身，
对，速度快。
对，然后第二
Following.
个
I guess that's good. Like you have the Prowler to go out and then the Neon to just quickly follow.
经验，这就是经验。
All right, all right, all
所
right.
有人的回防都拆成了1打1。
其实这2分打下来，上一分 AG 赌点赌对，但是呢没有。
Would that be the best player on TEC so far to split? Yeah, I'd say so.
因为对方进点进的太轻松。
Statistically, yes.
是的，而且讲道理 ，AG 它其实在整个 B 包点
I think some of the other players on TEC have been like somewhat impressive. Like they've held their own, like your Lockhems. AC's been okay. Kawhi, I've always liked. Nabo's like had good games where he's IGL'd well and played duelist well.
但现在怎么说呢？贴地线你很容易被发现，因为对面进不来了。但
I wouldn't say it's necessarily close, but I think that's because like RB's name factor carries a lot, but also RB gets a lot of the rounds where they just kind of pound.
对的。看这个暂停结束过后，他们能不能掌握到
I mean, it's been a successful timeout from TEC when they took it. Good time to take it as well. Wasn't too early. It wasn't like FPX when they were taking super early timeouts. Just kind of held their own.
而相较之下，体坛已经在
Round 9, bit of a low buy. Good timeout for AG because it doesn't necessarily give what you want to do on this round.
叶灵金雷全地全有，那现在可以这2个技
Are
能
they just closing the door and backing out?
围绕着包点去抱团打一波了。
All one move.
前压先做默认的动静控图。
对，这是一个假控必通。
对，
Yeah, this is more like Sentinels mini omen play here.
打掉了战术监控。
而且知道 AG 整体的经济不是特别好，要不要考
I think usually you want the omen more around A because you could just be in and out, TPing and fighting.
但是现在 AG 2 A 区做了一个前顶
You can't really do that against the KO. That's where you might play the omen here a bit more.
因为这个阵是阵的一个 A 大的位置，
是
他前点不吃阵，那这个位置往前顶，看到人了，先打一个。
I do like that all gamers are trying to get ahead of the stun.
9个是被打掉，
Like there, it's just unlucky. Like you just don't really have the guns.
不过现在对于他们来说的话，要确保后续的队友能跟上补强，好不容易创造出来的人数优势，一定不能被对面扳回去。
更的是提前开启自己的夜灵，
Someone's TP'd all the way over towards A.
而夜灵现在还没有
Still looking to be where TEC are going. They have ultimates, so
AC
I'd hate them to save their ultimates because they think they're up against an eco here. Like use your Rolling Thunder, use your Nightfall, use something instead of just like dry peeking it like that.
直接的 timing， 那现在知道你所有人都在管道。
Good stun on defense. I mean, if TEC loses, I'm going to be really mad.
照到了 RB 正好
Oh my.
的前1秒，再来旁边队友补上的枪位。
最后一个人已经知道
嗯
了，刚好露了一个侧身给 AC 看。
I mean, it's literally just RB getting that shot that he did.
凑巧，如果说他打掉了 RB，
Just had CEDG later today. Yeah, me too.
炸的好
Curious to see what they are.
好不容易前面炸了半天，但是发现自己掏刀的那一瞬间，掏刀切
I'd be fuming if I was the coach there.
不起的时
I
间。
mean, the Horn gets so much value. Nobody breaks it from all gamers. Did have the weapons for it.
3比6的比分，但是体坛
Yeah, it's more of a question of if Woody is going to play.
没有去释放，4个大招还在手里面。这4个终极技能，如果说你没有办法去把对面的惊雷卷地和夜灵让
Like, we don't know at this
给
point.
出来的话，那整体 AG 在包点不太好守。
All right, Neon ult, just fast A execute.
抬剑弹球，把里面已经看不干净了，而在上面
Genuinely, I really like this comp from TEC.
他是又没有打死人，他是打了卡哇伊一些。
I do think the Fade is better than
不过 A 包点已经完全放空，而目前的 AG 没有回防的技能，他们只能选
I like because I saw 100 Thieves try it. They tried doing like Fade Gecko, which I think is probably
小梦地线好。
其实体坛如果愿意的话，
I think it's the best combo of initiators at the moment.
他现在有夜灵，
But I think it's really hard to play on
还有惊雷
Sunset.
卷地。
我觉得求稳的话，可以直接给惊雷卷地，等对面低包就行了。
对，
Right, Gecko flash.
好，这里是踩了半线，蒙克踩到
Ping came in from a trip, right? Or camera? No, it must have been a trip.
如果低爆能器，这里马上就是暗射，
惊雷卷地来了，
马上就
Rolling Thunder. I mean, these post plants and these executes from TEC have been great. It's 4v4 still, but time is getting really low now. Not comfortable at all from all gamers. Retakes just don't look great.
变成了一个1打2 ，Speed Fire 怎么办？1打1，
No
时
time.
间不够了呀
时。间不多，而且还有巨军一波。Look， 这个位置选择了支架，哇，最终双方无一人生还，都倒在了 A 包点点内。
He's clearly their weakest link, and Colin's been really like it's not even there. It's true.
无所谓啊，手上有足够的经济储存。
对，
I don't like calling for a player to be dropped or kicked or
然后再用
whatever.
自己的终极技能来打你的大枪。
对，
刚才这个大枪分，这个
The
长
wallbang too, just
体坛是赢得非常的漂亮
all。the way through there.
现在这个比分，我觉得
I don't know if all gamers are playing this right.
协同性上的枪线或者交叉的火力，阻挡对面的第一波。
I think it is the weakness of their comp though, because you don't have a Sylvie, you don't have a Fade, you don't have like proper information to work with. And like you flashed early, which got a lot of people, but then the follow-up wasn't quick enough.
他知道你不要钱要了，不跟你打了。
溜，直接溜。
Like retake utility has to be a lot tighter.
你不侧打，打蛇打7寸嘛。
打闪，知道阿波在中路了，阿波是边打。
I also don't know why Abwo
对
is
手肯定有些人是没钱的。
going on his own.
不过现在 Speedfires 小火龙手里面有晚焰火，索尔奈也有无敌超杀，这两个终极技能成为了回防最好用的利器。
I don't know if Kawhi is actually DC'd or not. No, he was.
但是他点
Has he just been in his camera the whole time? I don't know.
很容易踩到，而高点位帮的这个位置站太多次了，
又被收了。
对，这是第3次了，第一根慢线打掉，滑铲。
Yeah, I don't like these trips either.
现在就是被标兵拆了一张头。
Like they're kill trips, but you don't like they're getting people, but you're not playing in a way that you can punish that. You're not holding these spaces.
RB 占了一个一搜就会死的位置，但自己只有5滴血，这个位置是选位是正常的。
是旁边有队友应该。
Like if you're being hit this hard on A, you can't weak side it with a cipher. I think you need to actively fight it more. It's scary, but like you know, kind of easy.
哇，那现在
How many teams from China can go to champs? It's 4. It's 4 from each region. It's easy to remember. Like 16, 4 regions, 4 teams.
太惨重了，对面只掉了1人。
But 3 go through like stage 2, and then 1 goes off who has the most points,
做的太完美
which
了。
currently is EDG.
永远在回防的时候没有办法做到对面多人的一个减员。
对，
So basically, if EDG doesn't make top 3 in stage 2 playoffs, they would still go to
掉了
champs.
1人的情况之下，体坛就顺利的拿下了这一分。
来到了上半场的最后1分，现在小火龙手上是一把无甲狂徒，只带一个技能，只带了一个技艺翻腾，来前天墙抓人，看到了脚想要修，但是 AC 直接剑影溜了。
反正有单向的黑杖，所以他必须主动做前
Wait, what team are you talking about?
上半场的最后1分，现在体坛又是要集中自己所有的兵力往一个点给你做一个强冲了。
体坛就是非常简单，我一波进去，安装爆能器，然后打回防就行。
对，
而且这个无敌超杀掉在了马路中间。 有点难受啊，这不一定能捡的，而且这就直接死了。再跳过来，RB 在滑铲的空中是直接被蒙特打掉，但是第2兵孟克接住了，他们拯救了自己的队友。
是爆点的混战，还抛出了真金取息，现在是一个4打2，2打3，这边阿波
I
已
mean,
经
brutal fights.
给到
Yeah, rolling from the last round.
一个血量，
Trying to confirm it.
已经确认。
All right, 4-8 isn't too bad,
冒了一个光圈嘛。
but you lose the pistol. You were 3-0 down,
啊，4分的一个差距，看下半场的首战。
and it was 3-all. But what a timeout from TEC.
顺利拿下的话，把比分稍微再缩小一点。
Maybe the goal was just go A more, because as soon as they started going A, they started
如
winning.
果说你失了手枪的局，那
Yeah, and they actually hold sight this time.
其实 AG 的拿分非常有意思，他是在Eco翻了1分之后，连拿了3
And then just everybody's able to like fight them a waterfall in.
枪拿，
No chance of a plant.
而且这一分其实枪械都不全。
感觉 AJ 他们在下半场的话，整体的
Not great from how all gamers have played it so far, but maybe their attack side is going to be
风格，体坛是属于那种
a little bit stronger on their map pick.
攻打长冲的啊，需要占领你包点的一个控制权，压缩对方防守方的站位，等待你回防的时机。而 AG 跟他们截然
But they just hesitate to make decisions once they no longer have info. I think the Sky changes especially, and to a lesser extent the Viper nerfs. It's like you've had this very like in the middle way of playing. And now with the Sky nerfs, you can either go in the direction of like playing for like
看到了队友的精彩。
more info, or at least like full info, which is your
那马上来到下半场，
your Sovas, your Fades,
的一个
like Fade Gecko combined, right? Like a bit more
进攻现在
active info to work with.
来说完全合格。
Or you can go in a direction which is like more like
防守方来说
execute
啊，因为都是
heavy,
其实昨天我们也看了外赛区的
where you get your I mean it's all about the initiators right now. It feels like, you know, you got your breaches, you got your
看外赛区看
KOs.
看我们赛区也有，就是那种打不进去的，但是就是有些地图它不是说偏进攻。
Like right in the middle of this is Gecko, because you know Sky has dropped off Gecko because you can
对，
you've got a lot of really good utility to use for executes, but you also have got utility that you can keep using.
对他前点缓冲区一过，就一旦到了什么
Like this is more of a thing on Sunset, but it's also I think like applicable on other maps. Like we saw like KO Breach yesterday from who was it?
而在防守边，我们也看到了
Race? No, FBX. It's like they don't really care about information. They're just gonna go off of
而阿博也是
vibes a little bit. this also, like, this comp is a lot easier to play a Gecko Breach and a Gecko KO on Sunset. Easier to play because it doesn't really matter what your opponent's doing. You just have enough firepower and enough utility that you're like, whether you've got 3 people stacked on site or whether it's completely empty with Cypher utility, we're just gonna fucking barge in anyway. Does that make sense? I think that's why Heretics is so good at the moment, because they've actually got the balance between playing agents like Sova on Sunset, playing agents like Fade on Bind, but their utility executes, and the way that they use their utility is so much more coordinated. They've got the best of both worlds. And I think that's why FX lost yesterday. They just didn't have a lot of information, and so it just became a bit of a gamble. TEC looking good? I'd say so. Looking like they're going to win both pistols.
如果想要再来正面赢是非常困难的。但是他不知道卡哇伊这个零的信息。对，零现在可能在任何位置。对，他有可能甚至都有可能在中。
Can TEC even make playoffs? It's tight, but I think so. I mean, they're in the group that has 5 games this stage. Like they're in the Omega group, so they have more games to come back on. I'd say that this series is a lot more problematic for all gamers than it is for TEC. Because all gamers naturally just have less games to play. And all gamers ran out of time.
然后他好像是安装了一个比较远的爆能器，他给的比较远，皮蛋腿短嘛，习惯就好。皮蛋 biu biu biu， 哎，安装爆能器，我安爆能器也是4秒啊。对。 哇，那这一分确实爆能器是安装了下来，不过
KDG outright. I don't know. I don't think so. It's not good for them either. I think they're on the same I think they're on the same standings as TEC and Wolves too. If Wolves lose today, I think Wolves are out. RBLG's chances quite good, I think.
这让体坛拿下了下半场首枪局的一个胜利，但是我们注意一下这一分，这一分因为自己有2400块，所以
Like they could be a lot better.
把蟒侠给 Spitfire。这套战术还是比较常见的。
Like it's more the BLG of less games because they're in the Alpha group, but the only team that they should really be afraid of, I think, is EDG. And even then, should they be that afraid of EDG at the moment?
他是5个人起了4个重甲，对，只有1个 AC 是轻甲。
Because you've got DRG, who didn't look great yesterday. We've got Nova that looks decent, but like spotty. Wolves.
2枪，哦，这边拉伸位过来的蹦的是被阿伯打掉。交叉枪线形成，知道中路有人，但是刁比一发头部命中打掉了阿伯。中今天 Spitfires。 I
mean, I do think that like BLG breathing new life into the roster is like the right move, though. And I think that should be a sign for a lot of teams that like if DRX are willing to get rid of your staxes, like RB stuff like that. Like Zeta, for me, if Zeta don't get the results, they shouldn't be hanging on to like Dep/Laz. Just for the sake of hanging on to them. Just in case they like might have a good series and stuff.
哎，蟒侠拿到，而且又升级了一下正义，待会儿正义可以丢给队友。蟒侠的话，这也算是枪械升级啊，1600换2400，直接净赚800块，而且还加了一个正义，意外之喜，加了1600。对，感觉可能他蟒侠。
Dep/Laz are their best players.
自己去用正义。
People would have said that about Stacks though, and DRX.
对，果然啊，自己选择用到了。
Its Euron and Heron have been underwhelming.
那这一分得找机会。
I just think that there's like a lot of talent in Japan that might be, you know, might have been a world where you could have had a player like Mei.
这个超前暴走成为了这一分对面长枪局关键的伏笔。现在 AG 也要害怕体坛会不会突然2B 给你开一个
Japan is best tier 2 currently right now. No way you don't find demons. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's also like the way that they play and think about the game is really interesting. like speaking from scrimming Japanese teams, they're actually like really good scrims.
会来回跟你响枪。
Because they miss firepower, I think, on average, not every team, not every player. But the mid-round calling and like the information game that they play is incredible. Even like game changers teams in like Fennel, like we scrimmed Fennel's game changers team, and they're like legit awesome to scrim. I genuinely think that like Pacific is the best region to scrim in, because all of the regions have got like their own style almost. Like Japan is very good at like playing the information game mid-round in, putting pressure in the right places at the right time. Korean teams are really good at like utility, really like kooky ideas, but they've got so many like little set strategies that they just absolutely pound you. And then a lot of the other APAC regions, like your Philippines, like Malaysia, just mechanical demons that will just not stop fucking fighting you.
AG 的进攻，也算是处理了对面涨了一局在包点的一些这些比较奇特的枪线啊，像蟒虾这种，没有让蟒虾顺利的发挥，并且断出了后路绕后的。
I mean, Abby's had a really good game.
思路还是比较清晰的。
对，但上一轮
Like this, I can get behind more.
这一分才是真正的长枪局。
Also, Chinese Valorant.
上一分长枪暴走没有用，而
It's still a young region.
现在这一分要去抓 RB 了。
It's still got a good while ago.
高速通道，滑出来找人，近点。
It's fun to watch, and I really like the players, and I would love to see generally there being more respect put on the region. Not even from like oh, they're competing to be the best, but it's just like they're part of the scene, you know? He's locking him about to ace. He's gonna ult. He missed with his ult as well.
上不了。
这正好被
I've never seen a breach overheat before.
卡哇伊已经来到 B 点做一个默认了，直架建议要
Oh my god. Oh my god. As if Tech lose that.
他差一点点，他能找到这个。
Oh my god, what a round.
但传过来之后，对方立马就掏枪。
对，这对面贴墙的一个建议，你正好过来的时候，人家已经把。
I mean, at least it happened to Tech, not the other way around.
确实已经是上演，两边都上演了精彩的一幕。
对。 Lowcam 已经做到他能做的所有事情，他想拿这个5杀，但非常可惜自己枪里是没有子弹的。
是，主要他这个走不了了，一个铁壁顶在这个点位，也知道了最后一人在他脸上，他只能开大。
What would your reaction as a coach be to that play? The ultimate? I mean, I don't like it. You're on your own, that's the main thing. I guess he was just scared of like my teammates so far away that I like need to stall. He got a little bit unlucky, I think.
是的 ，Lowcam 想要在这个管道做支架，但 Bont 也没给机会，身上没枪。
再吃一个能量球，别菲尔现在
There's not really too much you could do when you have a player here and a player still rotating.
要抓人了，现在得看体坛会不会再次做一个前底的动作，知道管道人多。
看了一下，
It's one of those runs as well. That's like that's 1 in a million. If that kept happening, that's a different story.
但是 AC 打了一枪身子就打掉了小火龙，不过没关系，孟可及时补枪，现在比分已经慢慢追上来了。
我感觉这一分打完了，体坛要叫暂停了。这比分被拉的。
I think it's more like just using and wasting the breach ult.
这2分其实在整体的一个机会上没有把握住。
Neon looks less broken in China than in APAC.
看教练。
I just think that's because like you players are more experienced. I think playing on Neon in Pacific than they would here.
他其实可以稍微再捏
Even if it was like briefly.
他可以现在叫，但是他现在只有一个暂停了，上半场兵叫过一个。
得看，如果说 AG 真的要把比分缩小到1分，或者说平。
I also think this is an incredibly hard comp to play Neon into. Let's be honest. These two especially.
一个军光波探前点，知道前点已经有人，而 RB 也是碰了一下，蹭了一下。
Isn't playing retaking this map not very good?
Monk 差一个。
Depends. It solely depends on your comp.
得想办法让 Monk 有机会去控下 BY 的球。
AY 现在已经没什么机会了。
And how much a team is exploiting a B main post plant.
而且 AG 在跟你打精。
Which I wouldn't say that either team is really.
现在反而体坛
Tech did it a bit. There's more like I think Tech did the right thing of like you're pressuring here a lot, and you're just going for B execute, and then it forces let's say like text default to swap it around, and then you just keep going A. Oh man, good trade from Bunt though.
卡哇伊倒在了点内之后，现在就没有阻挡的技能了。
是没有算到有第二个。DLB 要担心后路来人，去准一波，再拖你的时间，反正。
Letting Neon insert herself into better fights now B's been getting.
如果没看错的话，这个手机上面是有一个摄像头的，就是你真拆假拆，他是知道。
I mean, part of it is like there's not really much of an excuse for Tech because it is RB playing Neon. Like it's not like he has no experience. EI couldn't get half. That's unlucky.
两发去准一波，自己就倒了。
就得看后路啊，后路得看 Locam 打掉了一个，有人走位不慎。Locam 再来再打闪，那位置已经被确定了，因为正面队友已经死光了。他又躲在板后再打闪，你的位置还能做到吗？他现在在这拿下了4杀。
I mean, they're just delaying him.
队伍的时间不够了。
是的，时间不够，并且手里面没技能，对面要主动来强抓 Locam， 扫掉 Monk。
I mean, Lockham's getting the kills.
反正你就别走了。
But it means that it's another eco coming in for Tech. So all games could be on 9. Look.
反正在赢嘛。有安装爆能器，起码加3300。
对的，雪球滚了起来，我感觉呢。
Good morning, Geekers.
可以去加3点了，2分的一个差距，现在比分缩得很小。
而且 Locam 他因为他手感真的太热了，所以就导致了这个看起来不可能的回防，在他的眼里变成了有可能，甚至是击杀对面的全部队员。
Okay, that's a bit more of like the B main post point.
已经18个击杀，3双了。
这被连追4分。
I think a lot of teams are moving away from that a bit more though.
没有选择去叫出暂停，因为这分整体的经济不是特别好。
这里随时准备。
It's like a good thing to do. Like it's something that allows you to sort of start from a certain point.
Monk 手里面反正有技能选定，这分再怎么样的话，起码有一个底牌的技能能够去释放。
听我指令，马上。
One sec.
这个还是不能直接上的，马上就是全运光波加暗炎，但是他应该第一时间是不太会死的。来，
双重闪光，你起码吃一个，2个都吃。
对，但是这里有阵，这里还有矩阵余波，上不了。
RB 能够用滑铲去规避。
I don't think I got them, but
这一波技能教的挺多的呀，进攻方式把自己丢也丢了。
it's been a fly that's been buzzing around this morning.
现在体坛在 A 外主动做的一个前顶，发现了你进攻。
I gotta have to go careful with them because you know like flies multiply, and I've got a tortoise over there in the corner that's got like food and stuff.
但这个 B 包点进的能顺利吗？皮蛋是能安装爆能器，但这个包怎么守呢？
就在外面守，
A great trade again from AC.
这把枪倒是能捡的，卡哇伊抛出
No thefts. Have you got an answer for these B main post points, Tech?
就拼穿点了。
Your wingman's gone, stun, Molly.
海豹可以拖一下时间，战术监控。
RB just doing the obvious thing. He's got the camera on the spike as well. Nah, these post points are too good. It actually is genuinely Tech losing that 2v1 has brought all gamers back into this. And usually it's all gamers that have the lead that end up starting to flounder.
多方位的一个支架，你都是一个1少打多。
So roles repeating a bit.
处理不了这个，如果说没有队友的一个技能协同，或者说彼此之间的拉扯枪线，你一个一个去找。
All gamers having a bit of a comeback. The last time Tech, when they took a timeout, they pretty much won the first half from then on out. So
时间是有2个暂停的，教练可以在
his second timeout could be pretty wonderful.
进入加时阶段的话，那常规时间的暂停会。
His map is this. This is all gamers. So yeah, I guess their like attack side was what they were hoping in on.
体坛他们在防守方。
If Tech loses this series, they're outright. It seems that way.
我们刚才跟大家聊过 AG 这套战术的体系，他是喜欢跟你来回打拉扯的。
对，
那我觉得你只能。
There's too many like permutations still yet to like know for certain. I'm sure like Liquipedia would know.
两边其实他的就虽然我们看进攻拿分都多，但打法不一样。AG 是两边扯你，两边拉扯你，这样导致了你在某一边一定是少人的，
对，
他就来主攻你这个少人的方向。而体坛他打法就是很简单，你这边人多没关系，4个人 OK， 我直接一波流进去，然后跟你拼枪把你拼。
Yeah, Tech have like been impressive today.
靠人海战术，而
At this map at least.
喜欢我们刚才上半场说的啊
I mean,
其实我抓你不弱侧。
The idea that they've had not a lot of teams have used it, so there's not really too much to go off.
可以选择不跟你打正面，我把爆能器下了，然后我转攻为守。
AG 他现在一直知道一点就是
I mean, this is just like you have information here and a bit of stopping power, but the like execute
骗的话，你一直知道东西
strength is just winning out.
骗一下，哎，换一个山崩地陷，然后做点动静，这个时候再走去控制中路。
是的，把你技能骗出来，反正你现在这个技能放出来过后，你第二时间是肯
I
定。
can see EG using the Comtech as he running. I could see like 100 thieves running it, you know, or If Team Heretics wanted to change up their comp, they could run this. I think it's a really good one.
这随时准备推暗眼
但是同样的 Monk 手里面捏着山崩地线，
回头推暗眼来找到，这个暗眼没有推到小火龙。
Nice execute from all gamers again.
他马上要找到对面的 local。
Oh wow, like really good pathing for Spitfires. Oh my god. He did that all on his own.
不着急，人数绝对优势。那体坛这一分的2打5，感觉手里面没金剑。
This was a full buy too.
现在肯定是走啊，
没什么必要了呀。
这肯定是。
I mean, Spitfire's like improvement has been amazing. Don't like that fight from Sword 9.
小火龙4杀，
He's got a show. Don't use your showstopper. I think it's going to be cursed. Good fight from Abro.
注意力，但是 LB 已经在绕了，这个爆头线两边都能看。
永远差一个击杀，但现在阿伯位置明牌，
没能量了。
这一个8个点数的终极技能不好在这种1打3的残聚焦啊，胜率实在太低了。
关键市场也有人在反绕你啊！
低包吃阵，低包吃阵，马上就双拉，市场也来了。All
right, nice from Delby.
时机刚好。
对，正好是
Crazy round from Spitfires. So what would the... I keep forgetting the results from last week.
上半场的4比8，上半场
Like
来到
falling out my brain a bit.
整个进攻方
So JDG beat TEC.
是完全打出来了。
All gamers beat Tyloo and Billy beat Wolves.
有可能市场那边是有半线。
So I'd say like TEC, Tyloo and Billy... TEC, Tyloo and Wolves are probably the bottom 3 teams currently.
五杀没拿到。
有点可惜，不过确实能拿到分就已经不错了。因为现在体坛没经济的情况 ，AG 有机会去反超比分，他们不仅仅是能追平比分。
Nova versus Billy tomorrow should be actually a fantastic series.
给点压力，必通给
I'm really excited for that one. Not only to properly see like Billy for the first time because I missed last week.
这回你没有压 A， 说明什么？说明 A 可能是弱手，可能没有铁臂。
They made Spitfire's Abysshonen. I don't know what the hell that is, but we'll check it out in a bit.
就算你要求稳的话，可以把这个晚焰火去释放，关键得
Any chance Wolves beat EDG? There is a chance, but I wouldn't say it's a big one. Wolves against like your Traces and FPXs have looked shambolic.
可以用叶灵加上惊雷卷。
I don't think Wolves will look that bad, but against bigger teams where some
这个人黑着，然后血量
like
又不多
bottom of the barrel squads kind of like rise to the occasion and show a little bit more.
唯一翻盘的可能性就是
That's not
创
Wolves.
造出击杀，创造人数优势，并且能够让队友用技能去拖延时间。
In this kind of round, though, for TEC should suit them a lot more. Like, they're getting information, they have access to good information. That's a really interesting haunt.
有人装载完焰火，现在走的是
Like, they have the right spots. 4 people already over here. Neural Theft. There's 35 seconds, so you can't really reset.
RB 一枪
Good kill from RB.
再划回来
Good trade from Delby.
就不是特别理智了，知道点内还有人拉出来，老哥们打的
Okay, TEC might actually win this.
LB 现在变成了一个2打2点内。
Great shots from Kwai.
守在点内和队友打成一个交叉枪，现在对手血不多，打成
Oh my god, what?
乱炮！我的天哪！
我的妈呀，这一分，
我还
They both ran out of ammo.
但是你只有刀了呀！
对你
Oh god, that's got to be backbreaking for TEC.
正好是狂徒扫射，把他扫成了残血，这一枚子弹太尴尬了。
两边
Another TEC 2v1 lost.
血量，一个是没有枪，但是自己血量比较好，他只要打一枪身
I mean, here it's on an eco, but like, I don't know, you're on crazy fights from Kwai.
他开枪有节奏的，
He's 26 HP.
在第一发到第二发之间的一个间距
my
太短了。
god
这样的话，第二发是飘
Literally go up and knife him, that would have worked.
两边都是看了对面一眼，我没有枪，你有什么？哎
I like this.
我有短炮，
但是我手里面就刀了。
I think this is where like Neon
体坛打的还
could be more impactful.
因为本来也算是他们的一个
Because like actively fighting for this and taking this space as raise is hard because it's expensive.
所以这份体坛只
And Neon, because you have a sprint still anyway,
这一分他们输了。
like you still have your stun. Breach has used his stun, but it obviously returns.
体坛的经济可能最多的也只有一个3800左右。
那接下来放赛点就不是特别好了。现在 A 点提前来，提前已经有人补防了。无敌超杀进来找人，看到咬出去，
Didn't catch him, luckily.
翻腾撞在了箱子上。不过这波是已经把
Again,
逼走了
like this is good. This is kind of what you want though. Like
然后直接来一个
I mean, rolling for the and
全部交
Nightfall and still Spitfires gets a kill.
跳下来，
There's no way that using both these 2 ultimates on the site whilst they've been planting gets you nothing. It's got them nothing.
小火龙拿到一个双杀，踩边再给出去，卡哇伊打掉了
Spitfires lives for it? That's crazy.
12比
I mean, we need to see it from his POV. You get stunned, you get Nightfalled, and you still win.
及包点的控制，能够确保自己所有的一个架枪的位置是有优势的，就是为了阻挡你的回防。而 B 霓虹有6B， 你其实速度
The decision to just get ahead of it as well. He gets fully flashed, but he's on the angle beforehand.
太快了，根本不知道
He's him. Spitfires is like the whole protagonist of China right now.
真的考验
Look at this comeback.
小火龙他刚好反应能力特别快，他在上周拿到 MVP， 这周第一
You were 10-4 down, and you've like this was happening to all gamers last stage. Now they're the ones doing it.
图一的盘点。
现场的观众也在给两队加油。现在已经来到了这张图的赛点，来到了盘点。而体坛现在的经济确实没有特别多，甚至我们看到这一分卡哇伊半线都没有进。
Try to break the trips. They just check the corner. He still gets AC though. How did he get it? Was AC stood on top of here? No. Was he in the smoke?
然后再给赛博囚龙。现在我们数一数手上的技能，孟克他是有一个闪电爆破的。
左边清点不清点啊？但是问题不大，现在 AG 有人数优势。OK， 我们手里面2个。 这个闪电爆破，看能不能创造收益。最后2侧都在双架，给山崩地线给左边，闪电爆破给右边，要让队友去反倾向右边拐角。
再拆，现在已没有拆一半，但是只有你了，怎么办 ？RB。
All right, actually a hell of a comeback.
13比10。
I was impressed with like TEC's attacking side. I like the idea of their comp. I think they came up with some really cool stuff. But man, like all gamers, I am so excited about this team, man. Like they're the next embodiment, I think, of like attacking Seoul esports. But like there's so much, this kind of like level of structure and theory and like team play that they have is stuff that I wish stuff like EDG had. Like what All Gamers has is what EDG is missing. It's hard to really put a finger on what that is necessarily, but I think it is just like cohesion. Yeah, Sun9's done a fantastic job, like IGL in this team. Ego's done a really good job of building it. Is Woody replacing somebody today? We don't know, but we'll see. Like, I don't know what the next map is. Icebox, isn't it? Could be interesting.